What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the NCAA Football 06 Montana State Bobcat Dynasty. Today we're going to be recapping Season 5. We're going to start off looking at some of the last Big Sky Conference games. Portland State's going to get a dub there and beat Rice. Weber State narrowly loses to Boston College 38-35, a disappointing year for the Wildcats there. Idaho is ranked number 23 now, but they almost lost to a 1-10 Indiana team. The Grizzlies get destroyed there by Auburn, only 42-24, still able to put up some good points they did, but they are still on a 4-game losing streak to end the year. And then NAU, they were 1-8 at one point. They're going to finish the year on a 2-game win streak. We're going to look at some season stats here. 2,260 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 212 interceptions for John Spencer. Matt Ransom played a little bit, and then Deshaun Roth on the trick play. He had a touchdown there against the Grizzlies. And then John Spencer sacked just 21 times, which really isn't that bad. But yeah, just pretty solid quarterback play. I'd say he's probably been the best passer of the football for us throughout this series so far. Almost 900 yards for Deshaun Ralph and 15 rushing touchdowns, averaging 5.8 yards per carry. But even more impressive than that, Brandon Adriano, almost 700 yards and 7 touchdowns, averaging 10 yards per carry. That's right, he averaged 10 yards per carry, and he didn't just have like 5 carries for 50 yards throughout the season. No, like he got the ball on a regular basis and averaged 10 yards per carry. I'm excited to see what he can do next year. Eric Dodson is 8 yards shy of 700. His best career year as a Bobcat is going to be his last. Jake Munoz had a solid year as well, bringing in 5 touchdowns. Kevin Jones, another senior wide receiver there. He played pretty good in his last year. Michael Ryan at tight end. Wish we could have gotten him more involved than just 6 catches, but he did have a couple of touchdowns. He's just got to get himself a better pair of hands, honestly, because he just drops the football too much. Marquez Randolph had 44 tackles, 10 of them for loss, 17 TFLs there for Corey Rivera, and 11 sacks to lead the team. He's been really good for us. Jed Torrey, the corner, had 7 there. O'Connor had 4. You have a couple guys there with 3 and 2. And then a few more players with 1 quarterback sack. Seth Cobb led us in interceptions with 3, 2 for Josh Powell and Randolph, as well as Chris Bonner. And then we got a couple guys here with just 1 interception on the season. We did force a decent amount of fumbles. Corey Rivera forced the most of them there with 3. And then Jed Torrey recovered 2, including taking 1 back to the house. Chris Bonner also had himself a pick 6. Looking at kicking, Harry Williams, he was 5 of 7 on the year. We didn't attempt a ton of field goals, but he made most of them, and he made all but 1 of his extra points. Punting was solid for us. I don't show too much of that, and that's mainly because I'm not punting the ball out of bounds. I'm not doing too many awful punts, so that's a good thing. Looking at kick return and punt return, Deshaun Ralph, he's the man. He returned 5 punts for a touchdown. You probably saw in the top right corner there. He is going to be winning an award for that. We're quickly looking at the top 25. As you saw there, Iowa was number 1. I've gone too far down now for me to list all the names, but you're seeing them here if you really want to know that badly. The top 25, I guess you can pause the video and look at it. Ohio State's pretty far down there, interesting enough. Idaho, as you still see there, is still at 23. And they, of course, are on top of our conference at the end of the year with a 9-2 record. We finished 3rd in the conference at 7-5. Idaho State is 6-5. You got Eastern Washington and Portland State at 5-6. The Grizzlies at 4-7. Weber State as 4-7 as well. And then NAU, just a really bad year for them, going 3-8. Deshaun Ralph did win returner of the year with those 5 punt return touchdowns. The punt return king does it again. And then Anderson at left tackle there is going to bring home his 2nd offensive lineman of the year award. Not quite sure how he's able to do it. I guess it might be sliders or something, because he's only in the 80s, I think. You would think someone who wins 2 of those awards would be like a 95 overall or something, but no. I think that's just because they get a lot of pancakes. That happens a lot in my Madden 07 series as well. Get the offensive linemen getting a ton of pancakes, and I guess that just really helps them in their, award winning and whatnot. As you saw there, Dunn from Texas Tech. He's bringing home the Heisman Trophy, but Dennis is going to be winning the Best Quarterback Award there from Cal. Best Wide Receiver, Teddy Paul. He had himself a heck of a year there. And then we also got second place in the Best Offensive Lineman Award. Adam Bushing is there as well, so I'm guessing it must be something with the sliders. 71 pancakes there for Mike Anderson, which I'm pretty sure led the nation, so I think it's some kind of a slider thing or whatnot. I don't really want to mess with the sliders too much, and it doesn't seem to really be boosting his overall very much either. Jed Torrey finishes 11th for Best Cornerback, or the Throw Up Award, I should say, which I think is more so Best DB. I think that's because of his 7 sacks. We sent him occasionally on cornerback blitzes, and he did a good job bringing down the quarterback as he had those 7 sacks. In coverage, he wasn't great. Deshaun Ralph is going to be making the first team All-Americans with those punt return numbers. It must be because of that, because his running game, his rushing numbers and whatnot wasn't the best. Looking at some more All-Americans, we have 3 offensive linemen there, man. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's something with the sliders why we have so many guys up there. Jed Torrey made the second team All-Americans as well. Now looking at the All-Big Sky Conference, John Spencer and Deshaun Ralph are the top rated ones at their position there. John Spencer still made first team, but if you look at the stats, which I'm not going to show, but the conference stats, he ranks as high as 3rd when it comes to the best at something. I think that's quarterback rating. He wasn't the top in touchdowns. He was tied for the most interceptions in the conference. He was like 5th in yards, so I'm not entirely sure why he made it. Maybe it was because of his scrambling ability, because he is good at running the football. But, I mean, in reality, he's not the best quarterback in the conference, even if he is the best quarterback that we have had throughout this series. Corey Rivera, once again, is only going to make second team All-Big Sky. That was the same, I think, he had last year, even though last year he had 15 sacks, which led the nation. We do have a bowl game this season. It's going to be against UAB, so I'm excited for that, our second bowl game of the series. You're not going to want to miss it. That's going to wrap up this video now. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, this has been Jeffrey, reminding you to stay moist.